All right, let's run through a couple of the member picks, member questions. Starting off with a retailer, Nordstrom, ticker symbol
Mm.
JWN, and this is Kristen from New York City, the fashion capital of the world.
Mm-hmm. So we looked at Nordstrom before, and look what happened at earnings. So right at the most recent earnings, Nordstrom must have missed big time because they
Ooh.
dropped. But what you can tell about this stock and about the investors interested in this stock is it basically got rid of a few investors, but the remaining investors started to do the same exact pattern again. So you can see that it was trading sideways between what, 20 and $27, and now it's trading sideways again. And so the investors that remain like this pattern. They like it to go sideways, and you can tell why. Nordstrom is one of those companies that figured out how to cash flow positive. Even though their earnings showed something, they keep giving out a dividend, which means they're making money. They know how to make money. So the investors aren't necessarily, they might get a shock and some of them may flee, but the investors are fine because the company is a tried and true company that tends to make money over time instead of, burn investment dollars on a hope of making money someday in the future. So, what I'm thinking about for you is that this symbol has basically recalibrated where support and resistance is. Now, we won't know that for sure until this bottom is found, and I'm not getting an indication yet that a bottom is found, but if we get a bottom somewhere around this $16 to $17 range, see if I can draw this thing here. Boop. Yeah. If we find a bottom that matches up with the previous bottom that we found over here, I'd be ready to look at this for a potential premium setup. Um, Again, because I'm worried about the overall market and I'm worried about even some of these companies not being protected on a sell off, what I would recommend you do is you wait for this bottom to be found, and then it's going to march its way back up. And ideally, it marches its way back up to about $19.75, maybe as high as $20. And then we do the same thing that I want to be doing on that trip.com. We either short shares of Nordstrom or we buy some deep in the money, far out in time put options as our covering position. Those positions will work very well if Nordstrom decides to continue on its downward trail. If it doesn't, if it decides to continue on its sideways trail, it becomes an income position. So we're positioned to profit in either way. In the meantime, while we're waiting for it to go back up the channel, this is a great time for you to do your simulator or paper trading. Practice selling the premium as it goes back up. But I would save our real money trades right now for trades that have our covering position for the downturn.
Awesome. Great pickup. And we're right around the corner for the holiday season. So I imagine, Nordstrom's getting some sales upticks. Um,
The
but
question
good.
is are they going to get as much sales as investors expect?
I feel like that's always the question with any
Yeah.
company that sells anything, right?
And if the Fed has, the Fed is trying to stamp down demand. And so they're going to do whatever they can to kind of calm this Christmas season down, this holiday season down.